Hi everyone, this is Bonnie from Backward Story, and welcome to another edition of Mad About Nails. This week I wanted to celebrate the Olympics because I love watching the Olympics every year, and I really should watch the sporting events more frequently and not just during the Olympics, but that's usually the way it happens because I don't watch enough TV to be like, ooh, there's a gymnastics meet on or a swimming competition or something. So what I did to my nails this week, I put the 5 rings on my thumbs and the 5 stripes representing the same colors on my pinkies, and I'm not an artist, so they're not the straightest of lines. My middle finger has the Union Jack on it because the games are taking place in London, and then my remaining fingers are just French tipped in blue, white, and red for the British colors. And this is the way my right hand looks. It's going to be a little sloppier than my left hand because I'm right-handed and I'm not ambidextrous, so I didn't do the greatest of jobs. But they didn't come out looking horrible. They look pretty good. So to make this, what I did was I started with a base coat because I didn't know how some of these colors were going to tear up my fingers, and I didn't want to find out. So I started with a base coat, which is always a good thing. And then on my 2 of my fingers, my thumb and my pinky, I put a white base coat on both hands, and I used Wet n Wild Shine in white cream, French white cream, sorry. This is something I got for my birthday with a nail stamping kit, and I will show you the nail stamping kit when I actually stamp my nails. Right now I wanted to go Olympics, so I used that. And then on the 2 fingers that I Frenched, I used this little Sally Girl polish that I picked up last week at Sally's Beauty Supply, and it's just a clear glitter. And then on my middle finger as the base coat, I used this blue from Ulta, and I don't know what the blue is called. Is it named there? It's called Indigo. It's called Indigo, and it came from a 5-pack that was the denim line a year or 2 ago. But this is Indigo, and you can see all of the white around the bottle because I made such a mess the other day. I had nail polish everywhere. It was like all over my hands. They were like rainbow colored. They look a lot better now. Anyway, I started with all of those as the base, and then the first thing I did was actually my middle finger. So after I did the red, after I did the blue, sorry, I took a white stripe, which is So Easy Stripe Right, which I picked up at Sally's Beauty Supply, and I don't know what it's actually called, but it's white. And I ran that down to make the striping. And then while that was drying, I guess I started on the middle fingers, and a lot of the white that you see is a combination of the Wet n Wild and the striping because they're the same exact shade of white and they just blended together so I could hide my mistakes or paint over my mistakes. So when you see white, I'm not really sure which of the colors I was using anymore. And then the red that I used on all of my fingers, well, for the striping here, the red was actually also by So Easy Stripe Right, and it was also from Sally's. And again, these are kind of a couple years old now, so I don't know if they still make the exact same shades, but they still work great. So that was for the red striping. All of the other red you see came from this bottle of China Glaze in Fat Santa. So I must have gotten this at Christmas time one year. So all of the other red comes from that. All of the black you see comes from Wet n Wild in Black Cream, which I also got for my birthday because this is supposed to be great for stamping and the best black you can use. And then the yellow comes from Ulta, and it's the color Zoom, and it's from that Pop Agenda that I had colored my nails in last week when I had the blue, yellow, and orange going on with the glitter. It's that same yellow, and I mainly just needed it for this little yellow ring and for a stripe, and it wasn't quite the yellow I wanted, but it was the best yellow I had, so I used that. And then for the green, I didn't have quite the shade of green I needed. I have colors that are too dark, colors that are too light, so what I did was I took the color Wham, which is also from the Pop Agenda line, and I mixed it with Ultra Pro in Emerald City, and I don't remember where this is from or when I got it, but I mixed the 2 together to make that green. And then once everything dried, I topped it all off with a OPI top coat because I didn't want it to start chipping after all the time I spent. I spent probably a couple hours on this. not non-stop hours because I was watching the Olympics at the same time. I did the Sunday night, and today is Thursday, so I've had this nail polish on for 4 days now. And I did it Sunday night while I was watching the gymnastics qualifying meets, and I think some swimming was on at the time too. But so I did it a couple hours on and off, and to make the designs like the rings and the stripes here and then the little dots on the French nails, I used a set of marbling pens that I got for my birthday from MASH, and this is sold online on Amazon. And basically what you do with these guys, on one side you have a big dot, and then you just like dip it in the polish, and then you just dot your nails. And then the other side is really, really thin, and I actually used the really thin side to create the patterns. And what I did was I basically just put small dots of polish down, and then I dipped the marbling pen in the small spots here, and then I just made the creation that I wanted on my finger. And then I took the other side of one of them and I made the dots that you see on the French nail. So that's how I put together the pattern. And I looked on YouTube for ideas for what to do to my nails because I knew I wanted to do the rings and I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. So I looked up what other people have done and got the ideas for the French nails and for the British flag and for the striping as well. So YouTube definitely helped with my decision, and these are all of the colors that I used. I don't think I've ever had this much nail polish on my nails at one time. We have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors plus a base coat and a top coat. So that's a lot. And I had to definitely take some polish off once or twice because I completely botched the nail. So it took a while. But these are my nails this week. I think they came out pretty cute. And I will talk to you again soon, and hopefully when I do, I will have tried out my nail stamping set. So I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!